One of my favorite features with new construction communities, specifically KB Homes, is some of the options that they provide inside of their homes. It's not just buy it and that's what you get. You've got some options for more bedrooms, more bathrooms. They're one of the only builders here locally that does this. I'm here today at Cheyenne at Olivebrook by KB Homes in Winchester, California. I can't wait to show these homes off to you. There are some single-story floor plans, two-story floor plans, 3 bedrooms, all the way up to 6 bedrooms, 3 or more bathrooms, you name it, they've got it here. I can't wait to show it off to you guys. Hey guys, I'm Andrew Lewis, your local Temecula Valley realtor, and this channel is dedicated to all things living in the Temecula Valley. From new construction tours, neighborhood spotlights, to new things coming here to the valley, I want you and your family to know exactly what it's like to live here before you make the move. I can't wait to show these homes off to you. Let's go check them out. Welcome to the 1383 floor plan. You guessed it, 1,383 square feet here today, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, single story. It is the smallest model here in the community, so if you're tight on budget and okay with a little bit tighter space, this one may be the option for you. Let's head inside. Welcome inside the 1383. One of my favorite features here is actually this space right here. And while it is not gigantic, this is actually a great use of space for just 1,383 square feet. You've got your living area, your kitchen's nice and open, the dining area, which is plenty of room to fit a big table to fit some entertaining and some guests around. So for a small, compact home, you still get plenty of living space. Our first stop is Plan 1542. This is a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 1,542 square feet. Let's go check it out. Welcome inside the 1542. One of my favorite features inside of this floor plan is the guest bedrooms here. You've got 2 of them are completely on the opposite side of the house as the master bedroom. So if you're a parent and you like your privacy, you've got the kids on this side, the adults on the other side, or if you're just gonna have some guests over, guests here, you on the other side, and you've got complete privacy. My second favorite feature inside of this floor plan is actually storage. As you may or may not know, single-story homes, storage becomes difficult because you don't have under the stairs storage, additional closets, things like that. What I do love here is right inside of this master bedroom, you've got a linen closet here, as well as a gigantic walk-in closet behind me. Next up, we've got the 2519. As you can guess, 2,519 square feet. This one is a 4 to 6 bedroom option. There's tons of options here when it comes to KB Homes, and 2.5 bath to 3 bathroom option. Let's go inside and check it out. Welcome inside the 2519. One of my favorite features here is actually pretty unique to KB Homes. You don't typically see a whole bunch of options come with a home, but when it comes to KB, you do get a few options. One of those is this optional den right here behind me with a powder room, basically a half bathroom right off to the side. Or you can choose to close this off, turn it into a 5th bedroom here with a full bathroom right here as well. So whatever fits you and your family the best, that is what you can select and choose as you purchase this home. One of my favorite features inside of this home on the upstairs is actually this master bedroom, the bathroom. Just the way that it is tucked off here. Typically a lot of complaints that we get here in Southern California is, wow, the bathroom is way open to the bedroom. And if you have a husband or a spouse or somebody that gets up early in the morning, turns on the lights, it shines right onto the bed. I really love this bathroom because you've got some separation. It's kind of around the corner here. So if someone's getting ready in the morning, you're not gonna have lights shining on your bed. Last but not least, we've got the 2874, 2,874 square feet. This is another 4 to 6 bedroom option, 2.5 to 3 bathroom option. You've got a loft here as well. So let's check out those options and see if this one's right for you. Welcome inside the 2874. One of my favorite features here is on the main level. It is this gigantic open space here. You've got your living, you've got your dining, your kitchen. It is a ton of space. So if you love to entertain or host, this is the option you would want to pick. One of my favorite features upstairs in this floor plan is that all of the guest bedrooms upstairs actually come with a walk-in closet. So you've got plenty of storage space in the upstairs. All of the guest bedrooms come with a large closet. So now that you've seen those beautiful model homes, Cheyenne at Olivebrook by KB Homes in Winchester, now it's time to get back to the nitty-gritty. This is where we share with you all of the information about pricing, what to expect, what amenities you're going to get. I want to give you the pros and the cons of the neighborhood. So this is really where we're going to give you the meat of the information, break all things down for the community so that you can make the right choice. First off, let's talk about the pros. Some of the things that I like about this community is, number one, that there's no HOA. That means no additional cost for you. And I know that is a big thing for buyers these days. With rates where they are and prices where they are, if we can cut out $150 a month, that is a big deal. So a pro, no HOA. Another pro that I would say here is actually one of my favorite features about KB that I mentioned inside the models is some of the flexible floor plans. So you're not just stuck with what the model home has. You get the option to close off a den and make that an extra bedroom downstairs for, maybe a family member that can't make it up and down the stairs, or for in-laws, or you can close off the loft and make that an extra bedroom because you've got more kids than bedrooms. You've got all sorts of options. And so that is a huge pro here. It's not just, hey, you have to pick this floor plan because it has the right amount of bedrooms for you. It's which floor plan do you like and how many bedrooms do you need is essentially the way that works. So some of those coming with 4 to 6 bedrooms. So you've got a lot of flexibility, which is a huge pro in my book. Now let's talk about some cons or just some things to be aware of, some things to look out for. So one is actually gonna be one of the pros as well, the no HOA side of things. While the no HOA side does ensure that you don't have a monthly payment on that, it does mean that your neighbor can paint their house purple and gold if they desire because they're a huge Lakers fan, and there's nothing you can do about it. So that is something to look out for, right? It means that there's nobody governing what things look like and how things actually go within the community. So just something to be aware of. And then if I was gonna knock on potentially one other thing with the community, it's in a little bit more of a remote location. So we're seeing right now that areas in Winchester that are being built up don't have yet the shopping and the grocery stores and the amenities around them just yet. So currently it's a remote location. It's a little bit further away from your grocery stores and some of those things and restaurants. But over time. Those things will continue to be built up. That's part of what your tax dollars go to, is to make sure that some of those infrastructures and things are built up. And some of those businesses will come as the population starts to grow in that area. So it is a con for right now, and I do expect, over the next 5 to 10 years, that to continue to develop more homes, more businesses, and it makes that location a lot less remote. So this is normally the part of the video that we talk about the amazing amenities, the pools, the spas, the parks, all of that good stuff, but bad news for you on this one, you're not gonna get any extras. So again, you're not paying a monthly HOA fee, which means cheaper monthly payment for you, but it's not gonna come with all those additional amenities. So if you need that community pool or that park or any of those additional pieces, you're going to need to look elsewhere. But again, if you're all in for that cheaper monthly payment, then this might be the right place for you. Now let's move on to property taxes. So this is something that I say in every one of my videos. Property taxes vary a ton in the Temecula Valley. They can be from 1.1 up to 2.4%. It sways your monthly payment a ton. It could be like $500–600 a month in your monthly payment just in taxes. So it's always important that we take a look at that because it will impact your monthly payment. And at the end of the day, I want you to be as educated as possible. So when it comes to property taxes, this is in the mid to high range for property taxes, 1.85%. Now to calculate what your monthly payment would be on those taxes, you're going to take the purchase price of the home, which we'll get to in just a moment, and then you're going to multiply that by 1.85%. That will tell you your annual tax bill. Now that tax bill is typically split up into 12 monthly payments that goes into your monthly mortgage payment. So divide that by 12, and that's what's going to go into your monthly payment on top of your principal, interest, and the insurance that you have on the house. So keep that in mind. If you'd like some specific numbers on these properties as far as what you would pay in property taxes, what your payment would look like, go ahead and reach out to us. We've got some calculators. We can run the exact payment scenario for you pretty quickly. Next up, let's talk about those home prices. I know this is what you've been waiting for, so let's get into it. I do want to caveat prices, as we always say on this channel, they dramatically change over time. So as new builds are built, they are built in different phases. Each different phase can increase the price by $5,000 to $10,000 per phase. And there could be 10, 15, 20 phases in any different construction community. So the prices that you're hearing right now may be different if you're watching this in the future. So make sure for up-to-date pricing, you give us a call so we can get you the up-to-date current pricing for these homes. As of today, right now, the 1383 floor plan that we did see modeled here today is ranging from $526,000 to $551,000. And that completely depends on the elevation that you choose, which is actually some of the exterior features of the home. Next up, we've got the 1542, which is another one that we toured today. That is $558,000. Now we're gonna run into a couple that we did not see modeled. First and foremost, the 1762. That is a single story 3 to 4 bed. That one is going for $560,000. We also have the 1919, which is a 1 story 3 to 4 bedroom option as well. That is $584,000. And then the last two models that we saw, the 2519 is going for $652,000. And last but not least, the Big Daddy, the one that was actually my personal favorite, the 2874 is going for $668,000. Now let's move on to something else that's going to impact your monthly payment by a bit. As you may know, here in Southern California, solar is mandatory. So you will be getting solar panels on this house, and the builder has a preset plan for you, which comes with one of two options. You're gonna have the option to lease those panels, which is typically a 20 to 30 year contract. They go up on your roof, you make a monthly payment, the solar panel company still owns those panels, and at the end of that lease, they come remove those panels. Or you have the option to outright buy those panels, which means you own them, you maintain them, you take on the responsibility. If at the end of 20, 30 years, you don't want them anymore, you can remove them, or you can continue to keep those. Now, when it comes to the cost of these features, you're gonna have two different options between the lease and the purchase. For the lease option, you're gonna have a range price, depending on which floor plan you pick, $120 per month for the smallest floor plan, up to $210 per month for the larger floor plans. Now, if you choose to purchase those panels, you'll be paying $16,000 for the smallest floor plan, all the way up to $23,000. Now, that may seem like a hefty chunk of change, but at the end of the day, when you calculate things out, usually these end up being roughly the same monthly payment for you, whether you buy or lease those panels. If you buy the panels, it gets added to the purchase price of the home, and you're essentially financing it over 30 years. And so the monthly payment usually ends up being about the same. Now, if you're asking me for my advice on which I think the best option is, personal advice is that you would use the purchase option whenever possible. and that is because of the solar tax credit that you will get when you make a purchase. That does not come with the lease, so that is not a pro to the lease side of things. So if you can stack that cost of that solar system on top of the purchase price without disqualifying yourself for your loan, go ahead and do that so you get the tax credit. It's a benefit when you go to sell because the solar panels come with the home, they're paid off, they're owned, it actually adds value to the home, whereas a lease is something that we basically have to pass off to the other buyer and they have to approve the lease terms. So if you can, go for the purchase. Now let's move on to schools. I'm sure if you are moving here with little ones, you're curious about what the schools look like, what's the school system, all that good stuff. If you've watched any of these videos, then you know we use greatschools.org as their ranking system. They give great scores 1 through 10 that rank these schools and let us know exactly how they're doing with test scores and ratings overall, reviews from other people. So you can go online and check those out. You can basically type in the address that you're looking to purchase and it'll tell you what the schools are and give you all of the rankings. So I'm gonna caveat this, as I have on a few of these other videos here in the Winchester area, the schools are a little bit lower ranked than what we typically see in the Temecula Valley. So the pro there is that over time, I do see these improving. So the tax dollars that you're paying in that 1.85% we were talking about a little bit earlier, those are going to go towards schools. And as more students come in, more schools are going to be built. You'll have newer facilities, new teachers, new things brought in, and I expect these scores to rise over time. Now, if you've got a little one that will be entering into elementary school when you get here, you're going to be going to Winchester Elementary School. That is rated a 3 out of 10 on the Great Schools chart. If you've got a junior high or middle schooler, you're going to Rancho Viejo Middle School. That is ranked a 4 out of 10 on greatschools.org. And last but not least, high school, you're going to Taquitos High School, and that is rated a 5 out of 10. So again, typically in the Temecula Valley, we see somewhere in the 7, 8 range. We don't typically see too much lower than 6. But again, I do expect these to follow suit over time. So a great value buy for a house right now. School system will continue to improve over time. Before I leave you guys, I have to give you 2 tips when it comes to buying new construction. So first and foremost, it is super, super important that you take note of this before you walk in to tour these in person. Hopefully the video was enough for you, but if you want to go see them in person, you need to pick up the phone, give us a call. We will set an appointment with you to go there with you on your very first visit. Please do not walk in the sales office without an agent present, because if you do, you have now elected for the sales office to be your representation throughout the transaction. And guess who pays the sales office person's paycheck every single month? You guessed it, KB Homes, and it's that way with any new construction community. So bring us with you, pick up the phone. I've got a team of agents ready to be out there almost on a moment's notice if you need. We'll walk you through it. We will explain the ins and the outs, give you the nitty-gritty on the property, and allow you some fair representation rather than hiring the builder's representative who, again, gets their paycheck signed by KB Homes. So make sure you bring us with you. I promise, pick up the phone. We will be there with you right away. And secondly, I do have to mention that typically you are going to be highly incentivized to use the builder's lender. So what does that mean? That means typically when it comes to buying new construction, you may be offered $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 worth of closing cost credits if you use the in-house lender. So it is pretty difficult to convince a buyer otherwise that they should use somebody else who they may already be pre-approved with. So if you're coming in, already have the pre-approval letter, great. What will happen when you go to purchase one of these homes, you still have to pre-qualify with their lender. And once they run those numbers for you, they're gonna lay out that offer for you, and it is going to be nearly impossible, even for the best of lenders, to compete with what they're going to offer. So you're typically going to use the builder's lender there, and again, you're gonna have to pre-qualify with them anyways. So I'm just gonna say it, the service with the builder's lender is typically, it's okay. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but they know they've already got 100 people guaranteed that are gonna use their loan services. And so there's just no urgency, no real customer service wows along the way because they know they got you, right? So if I'm just being honest on that, if you use your own lender, you're gonna have much better service, but you're probably gonna lose out on $10,000 to $15,000 worth of closing cost credit, which I'll probably take a bad experience to have that kind of cash in my pocket at the end of the day. So you get to choose when that time comes, but you will have to pre-qualify with the builder's lender before you make a purchase. All right, that is our breakdown of Cheyenne at Olivebrook by KB Homes here in Winchester. I hope you enjoyed today's walkthrough. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like button. Leave a comment below any questions you have about moving to the Temecula Valley, about KB Homes, about the Cheyenne community, about Winchester, California, you name it, we will get right back to you. We monitor those comments on a daily basis. And as always, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future content. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and we'll see you next time.